There is a voice inside you. It is gentle yet powerful. It is always there, always speaking, always guiding. But in the loudness of life, this voice is often ignored. The world constantly fills your mind with noise, opinions, expectations, distractions. It tells you what to do, who to be, and how to live. It teaches you to look outside yourself for answers, to seek approval before making a choice. But the real wisdom, the real truth, does not come from the outside. It comes from within. Deep inside you is a quiet voice that already knows what is right for you. It speaks in a language that only your heart can understand. It doesn't argue. It doesn't push. It only whispers. And if you take a moment to listen, if you honor this voice, it will lead you to the life you are meant to live. Most people ignore this inner guidance because they have been trained to doubt themselves. They hesitate. They question. They second guess. They listen to the opinions of others instead of trusting their own wisdom. And when they do this, they feel lost, uncertain, and disconnected. But the truth is, no one else knows your path. No one else walks in your shoes. No one else feels what you feel inside. The answers you seek are not out there in the world. They are already inside you, waiting for you to listen. The voice within you is connected to something greater. It is the voice of wisdom, love, and truth. It is the voice of your soul. It does not belong to fear, doubt, or worry. It does not come from the past or the opinions of others. It comes from the part of you that is whole, strong, and wise. It comes from the part of you that already knows the way. So how do you hear it? How do you recognize this voice in a world that never stops shouting? You must quiet the noise. You must create space for stillness. When you slow down, when you stop running, when you sit in silence and just breathe, that is when the voice becomes clear. It does not demand your attention. It simply waits for you to be ready. And the moment you are, it speaks. Some call it intuition. Some call it a gut feeling. Some call it inner knowing. Whatever you call it, it is always there. It is always guiding you toward what is right and away from what is wrong. The more you listen, the stronger it becomes. The more you trust it, the clearer your path becomes. If you are facing a decision, if you are feeling uncertain, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, what do I truly feel? Not what others expect, not what the world tells you, but what feels right to you deep inside. That feeling, that quiet knowing is your answer. Honor it, trust it, follow it. It will never lead you wrong. When you ignore your inner voice, life becomes a struggle. You find yourself making choices that do not feel right. You stay in places, jobs, and relationships that drain you. You say yes when you mean no. You go along with things that do not align with your heart. And over time, this leads to exhaustion, confusion, and even resentment. Have you ever made a decision that you knew wasn't right, but you did it anyway? Maybe you had a feeling, a small warning inside, telling you to go another way. But instead, you ignored it. You listened to someone else. You convinced yourself that their way was better. And later, you regretted it. This is what happens when you silence your own wisdom. Your inner voice is there to protect you, to guide you, to lead you toward what is best for you. But if you push it aside too often, you lose trust in yourself. You begin to doubt your feelings. You start believing that other people know better than you. And before you know it, you are living a life that does not feel like your own. Ignoring your inner wisdom does not just affect your decisions. It affects your emotions, your health, your entire being. When you constantly go against what feels right for you, your body feels it. You may feel tired, anxious, or stressed without knowing why. That is because deep inside, you are living out of alignment with your truth. Your inner voice speaks in whispers. If you ignore it, those whispers become nudges. If you keep ignoring it, the nudges become discomfort. And if you continue to push it away, life will eventually force you to listen. Have you ever noticed that when you resist change, the universe seems to push you toward it anyway? That is because you are meant to grow. You are meant to evolve. And when you refuse to follow your inner guidance, life will find ways to wake you up. Sometimes, this wake-up call comes in the form of challenges, a job that suddenly falls apart, a relationship that no longer works, a situation that forces you to look within. At first, these experiences may feel like problems, but they are actually opportunities. They are reminders to stop, to listen, and to trust yourself again. But you do not have to wait for life to push you. You do not have to wait for things to fall apart before you listen. You can start today. You can start now. You can choose to honor the quiet voice within before life has to remind you to. Your inner wisdom does not use words. It does not shout directions. It speaks through feelings. Have you ever felt uneasy about something but couldn't explain why? Maybe you were about to make a decision, and something inside you felt tight, heavy, or unsettled. That was your inner voice speaking. It was trying to warn you. It was telling you that something was not right. Or maybe you have experienced the opposite. Maybe you have felt an overwhelming sense of peace about something, even when it did not seem logical. Maybe you took a risk, and even though others doubted you, something inside felt completely sure. That was your inner voice confirming that you were on the right path. Your body is always speaking. Your emotions are always guiding. Your intuition is always whispering. The problem is, most people are too distracted to notice. They are too caught up in logic, expectations, and fear. They look for proof, for evidence, for permission. But intuition does not work that way. It does not come with a list of reasons. It does not provide guarantees. It simply nudges, tugs, and whispers, hoping you will trust it. If you want to strengthen your connection to your inner wisdom, start paying attention to how you feel. Every decision you make should feel good to you, deep inside. If it doesn't, if something feels heavy, tense, or off, that is a sign to pause. Do not rush forward just because your mind says you should. Listen to what your heart is saying. Your inner voice is not here to scare you. It is not here to make you doubt. It is here to guide you toward what is best for you. It wants you to live with ease, flow, and alignment. It wants you to experience love, peace, and joy. But in order for that to happen, you must trust the signals it gives you. The next time you feel uncertain, stop, breathe. Ask yourself, does this feel right? Not, does this make sense? Or, will others approve? But simply, does this feel right in my soul? If the answer is no, do not force it. If the answer is yes, follow it with confidence. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. The more you trust, the clearer the path ahead will be. Your inner wisdom is always guiding you. Your only job is to listen. Fear is the biggest barrier to trusting yourself. It creeps in quietly, whispering doubts, making you question what you already know in your heart. It convinces you that you might make the wrong choice, that you need more proof, that you should listen to someone else instead. This fear does not come from your true self. It is a learned response shaped by past experiences, by the voices of authority figures, by a world that teaches you to doubt yourself. You were not born afraid of making decisions. You were not born disconnected from your inner wisdom. As a child, you trusted your instincts without hesitation. You reached for what felt good and moved away from what did not. But over time, you were taught to second-guess yourself. You were told to follow rules, to seek approval, to suppress your own knowing. But now, you have the power to unlearn this. You have the power to return to your natural state of trust, to reconnect with the deep wisdom inside you. It starts with a simple choice, choosing to believe that you are capable of making the right decisions for yourself. Choosing to trust that the universe supports you when you listen to your intuition. Choosing to let go of fear and step into confidence. Fear will always try to hold you back. It will tell you that you are not ready, that you need more time, that you need more certainty. But the truth is, you will never have all the answers before you take a step. The path reveals itself as you walk it. The guidance comes as you move forward. You do not need to know every detail before you trust yourself. When fear arises, do not fight it. Simply recognize it for what it is, an old voice, a habit of doubt. Instead of letting it control you, acknowledge it, and then choose to act from a place of faith instead. Ask yourself, is this fear real? Or is it just my mind trying to keep me safe? Most of the time, fear is just a shadow. It looks big, but when you shine light on it, it disappears. Trust is a practice. The more you listen to your inner voice, the stronger it becomes. The more you follow your heart, the clearer your path becomes. With every decision you make from a place of trust, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are wise, that you already have everything you need within you. Let go of fear. It does not serve you. You do not need to be afraid of making a mistake, because every step you take is leading you toward growth. Even if you take a wrong turn, your inner wisdom will always guide you back. Trust yourself. Trust your path. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be. Your inner voice is always speaking, but the world is full of distractions. The noise of daily life, constant information, opinions, responsibilities, makes it difficult to hear. If you want to connect with your inner wisdom, you must create space for it. The best way to do this is through stillness. This does not mean you need to sit in silence for hours. It can be as simple as taking a deep breath before making a decision, as pausing for a few moments before reacting, as spending a few minutes alone each day. When you slow down, you allow your intuition to surface. One of the simplest ways to strengthen your connection to your inner voice is to ask yourself questions. Instead of seeking answers outside, turn inward. Ask, what do I truly feel about this? Does this decision bring me peace or tension? What is my heart telling me right now? Then listen. The answer may not come as words. It may come as a feeling, a sudden realization, a deep knowing. It may come as a sense of relief, of excitement, of clarity. The key is to trust whatever comes up without overanalyzing or doubting. Your inner voice will never speak in fear. It will never rush you, panic you, or make you feel anxious. It speaks with calmness, with certainty, with love. If a thought feels heavy, fearful, or pressured, it is not your intuition. It is your mind creating resistance. Pay attention to the small moments of clarity that appear when you are relaxed. Have you ever had a solution come to you while taking a walk, while showering, while doing something peaceful? That is because when your mind is at ease, your inner wisdom can finally be heard. The more you practice listening, the easier it becomes. Make it a habit to check in with yourself before making choices. Give yourself permission to trust what you feel, even if it does not make logical sense to others. Your intuition does not need to explain itself. It only needs to be honored. The words you say to yourself shape your reality. If you tell yourself, "I don't know what to do," you will stay in confusion. If you tell yourself, "I trust my inner wisdom," you will begin to see answers everywhere. Affirmations are a powerful way to shift your mindset and strengthen your connection to your intuition. When you repeat positive statements, they become new beliefs. They rewire your thinking. They replace doubt with confidence. Here are affirmations to help you trust yourself more. I trust myself completely. My inner wisdom always leads me in the right direction. I listen to my intuition with love and confidence. The answers I seek are already within me. I allow my inner guidance to show me the way. Say these affirmations daily. Speak them out loud. Write them down. Repeat them whenever doubt creeps in. The more you say them, the more you will believe them. The more you believe them, the more they will become true for you. You are not lost. You are not uncertain. You have always known what is best for you. It is simply a matter of trusting yourself again. By practicing these affirmations, you create a new reality for yourself. One where you listen to your own voice first. One where you honor your feelings. One where you walk your path with confidence. The journey to self-trust begins with a single step: choosing to believe in yourself today. One of the biggest barriers to trusting your inner wisdom is the need for approval from others. From an early age, we are taught to look outside ourselves for validation. We are told to seek permission, to follow the rules, to make choices that please the people around us. Over time, we begin to believe that our worth depends on what others think. We hesitate to trust ourselves because we fear being judged, rejected, or misunderstood. But living for the approval of others disconnects you from your true self. When you constantly seek validation, you give away your power. You allow the opinions of others to decide your path. You silence your own voice in order to fit in. And in doing so, you ignore the one person who truly knows what is best for you. You. The truth is, you do not need anyone else's permission to follow your heart. You do not need approval to trust yourself. The only validation you ever truly need comes from within. When you stop looking to others to confirm your worth, you become free. Free to listen to your inner voice. Free to make choices that align with your soul. free to live a life that feels true to you. If you have spent years seeking approval, breaking this pattern may feel difficult at first. But it starts with a simple decision: choosing to listen to yourself first. Choosing to believe that your feelings, your intuition, and your inner wisdom are just as important, if not more important, than the opinions of others. Ask yourself, am I making this choice because it feels right, or because I want someone else to approve of it? If the answer is the second one, pause, take a deep breath. Remind yourself that you are allowed to follow your own path. You are allowed to trust yourself, even if others do not understand. The people who truly love you will support you in being your authentic self, and those who do not may fall away, but that is okay. You were never meant to live according to someone else's expectations. You were meant to be free, to be true, to be fully yourself. Give yourself permission to live for you. Give yourself permission to trust your own voice above all others. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to hear their inner voice is because they are carrying the weight of the past. They hold on to old mistakes, regrets, and disappointments. They let past failures convince them that they cannot trust themselves. They allow old wounds to shape their present decisions. But the past does not define you. Every moment is an opportunity to start fresh. Every day is a chance to choose differently. If you have made mistakes, forgive yourself. If you have ignored your inner wisdom in the past, let it go. You were doing the best you could with the understanding you had at the time. Now you know better. Now you can choose to listen. Holding on to past regrets only keeps you stuck. It keeps you tied to a version of yourself that no longer exists. But when you release the past, you open yourself up to new possibilities. You give yourself permission to grow. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the burden of what was so that you can fully embrace what is. It means understanding that every experience, good or bad, was a lesson that led you to where you are now. Your inner wisdom does not live in the past. It lives in the present. It is always guiding you forward. But you must be willing to listen. You must be willing to stop replaying old stories and start writing a new one. Take a deep breath. Imagine releasing all the doubts, the guilt, the self-judgment. Feel yourself becoming lighter, freer, more open to what is possible. The past is over. It no longer has power over you. You are here now, and now is where your power lies. When you trust yourself, life begins to flow. Doors open. The right people, the right opportunities, and the right circumstances appear at the perfect time. This is not luck. It is alignment. It is the natural result of listening to your inner wisdom. The universe is always supporting you. It wants you to thrive. It wants you to experience joy, peace, and fulfillment. But it cannot force you to trust yourself. That choice is yours. Think of a time when you followed your intuition, even when it did not make logical sense. Perhaps you took a chance on something that felt right in your heart. Maybe you walked away from a situation that no longer served you, even when others doubted your decision. Looking back, can you see how everything worked out in the best possible way? That is how the universe works. When you listen to your inner wisdom, you are in harmony with the flow of life. You are guided toward what is best for you. even if you cannot see the full picture right away. The universe does not respond to doubt, fear, or hesitation. It responds to trust. It responds to belief. It responds to the energy you put out. When you move through life with confidence, knowing that you are always being guided, everything shifts. Trusting yourself does not mean you will never face challenges, but it does mean that you will navigate those challenges with clarity and strength. It means that even in uncertain moments, you will know that you are being led to something greater. The more you trust, the more support you will see. The more you believe, the more doors will open. The more you listen to your inner voice, the more life will align in beautiful and unexpected ways. You are powerful. You are wise. You are deeply loved. Today, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I trust my inner wisdom. I am always guided in the right direction. I allow peace, love, and clarity to fill my life. I release the past and embrace the present. The universe supports me when I trust myself. Let these words become your truth. Let them shape your thoughts, your actions, your future. The journey of self-trust begins with a single step. Choose today to listen. Choose today to trust. Choose today to follow your inner voice with confidence. You are exactly where you need to be. Everything you seek is already within you. Honor it, trust it, and watch as life meets you with miracles at every step.